Okay, so to start my Afrofuturistic inspired landscape, I'm going to begin my work with a blank slide. So when I go over to the left, I right click and I choose apply layout and I choose a blank slide. Okay, now the next step is to choose a background. This is the same process that we used, many of us used when we created our Bitmoji landscapes. Bitmoji classrooms, only this time we're doing different image searches. So when I go to Google image search, there are many terms I can choose, and each one will bring up completely different photographs. I can choose landscape, spacescape, nightscape. I can choose biomes like desert or Arctic or rainforest. I can choose any type of landscape picture I want, but I'm looking for images that have a strong foreground, middle ground, and background, and plenty of empty space that I can add different elements to the picture. So one of my favorites is desert. It usually provides a lot of space, a lot of foreground, middle ground, background, and a lot of emptiness. This is a good choice. All right, so this is how I'm going to start my work. Now, let's say in this desert landscape, we're not on the planet Earth anymore. So I'll go over to insert image, search the web, and just like with Bitmoji classrooms, I'm going to start with the word transparent. And I'm going to choose a planet. All right, so I have a lot of choices here. I'm going to pick a planet that fits in with the landscape. I'm going to choose this one. And then I'm going to resize it because I can already tell it's going to be way too big. So if I use the corner square there, when I resize it, it's going to be the same dimensions. It's just going to be smaller. Now, here's where we have an opportunity to create atmospheric perspective. For this planet to be in the sky, it's a little bit too bright, it's a little too saturated. So I'm going to go down to, I'm going to right click and I'm going to go down to format options, and I'm going to choose adjustments. And I'm going to increase the transparency of this planet, and that's going to add some atmospheric perspective. Now, another thing I can do, because this is sort of an alien landscape, maybe there's a reflection of this planet in the sky. So I can click reflection, and I can add that sort of element just to make this a little bit more mysterious. Okay, so what I've been doing with my own work when I look at Afrofuturistic collages, photographs, and paintings is I notice there's sort of a juxtaposition of futuristic imagery with images from the past. And most specifically in the artist's work that I have highlighted, the images of the past are usually African in origin. But since I'm not making Afrofuturistic art, I'm making art that's inspired by it. I'm just going to search for maybe objects that are from the past. And one search that I've been using that's been really helpful is transparent steampunk. It's not necessarily items that were in the past, but they kind of evoke that sort of feeling when you look at them. So maybe I'm going to add, I like this. This sort of reminds me of like a turn of the century time machine. So I'm going to place this into my landscape. Maybe I'll cover up that grass a little bit with it. Move it back. Now, again, it's a little bit bright, and I want to add a little bit more of a shadow to the bottom of it. So I right click. I'm going to go to format options. I'm going to make it a little more transparent because it's in